Now, one of the things that we've been talking about when looking at the NIO deliveries, it's apparently after the April incentives, the subsidies, the discounts that NIO and China as a whole, or your Chinese government, is offering to those that are buying new energy vehicle cars, we are seeing a spike into NIO sales. This came after NIO also added their own incentives for the month of April, which includes a free battery swapping service fee for the next 5 years. So you swap the battery for free. You don't pay swapping services, but as I've explained in previous videos, you still pay your battery rental, you still pay when you are upgrading your battery, which is something that is of course good, because we know that regardless of all these free battery swaps that NIO will be giving for those that buy the cars or the NIO cars this month, those people will still need to pay battery rental and the upgrades as and when required, which is something that is very good. Now the reason why I'm talking about all this is, well, Electric Brothers again, they just came and confirmed something very interesting. They are saying that NIO has been consistently getting plus 1,000 orders every single day ever since the new incentives. And like I said, the beginning of this week, when we started discussing this topic, where the very same Electric Brothers indicated that in a space of 3 days, NIO had a total or generated or scoped over 3,500 orders. To know that there is a continuation of the momentum when NIO is getting plus 1,000 vehicles on a weekly basis in terms of orders, it's something that is very good. And of course, the deliveries from these orders might not even appear on these coming deliveries or insurance registrations report, because obviously you will know that NIO, after getting an order, it takes NIO like 14 days or 2 weeks to get the orders to the customer. We'll start seeing some real impact or effect on this coming week. This coming week, we might see NIO going back to deliver plus 10,000 deliveries on a weekly basis, like what we saw in December, where we saw NIO ending up finishing the month with or plus 30,000 deliveries. We might see that taking place, but however, we might start seeing a bit of this news being confirmed this week, though we might not see a huge chunk unless things have changed onto NIO, because what I know, or based off what NIO said, is that once they get an order, it takes them 2 weeks to adjust and configure the car based on the customer's requirements, which is something that, of course, unless that has changed, then if it's still 14 weeks, we'll only start seeing the orders that we got. In fact, the 11,000 orders we got last week are going to reflect, or you might start delivering those next week. So yeah, man, this is what we are seeing coming from NIO after the incentives of April. A lot of people are really interested into buying NIO cars, especially with especially with also the incentives that are coming from the Chinese government. People like what they see, and they see battery swapping as one of those things that obviously is very important in the fast growing EV space, which is why this week we continued seeing Chinese consumers who are driving Mercedes trying to reverse their cars into battery swapping stations. So we saw some of Tesla owners reversing their cars into battery swapping stations of NIO, which is something that shows you that a lot of people driving using new energy vehicle cars, they are really fascinated about new battery swapping technology, which is something that is great, and it will bring some huge demand onto NIO even in the months to come. One thing that led NIO into starting to deliver plus 20,000 deliveries consistently every month last year was, of course, when they dropped down the prices of battery rental prices, where the standard battery pack was dropped to 728 RMB, whilst the long range battery packs, that is your 100 kilowatt hour to 150 kilowatt hour battery, were dropped to 1,128 RMB, which is something that is great, and that sparked or make NIO to consistently deliver plus 20,000 deliveries last year, which was so great, so amazing to see. So with Onvo in the mix, with Firefly in the mix, right now I think that 20,000 that we were seeing can easily transform into 40,000 deliveries. I believe in that, because last year NIO only started delivering plus 20,000 deliveries in May. So it means that in May this year, we must make sure, or NIO must make sure, that they start delivering at least 40,000 on a minimum to at least double the sales that they had. But since they are far behind in terms of their target of selling 450,000 deliveries this year, the 40,000, it might not be, or it won't be enough, because they need to be delivering approximately 50,000 deliveries on a month to month, or 47,000 to be exact, on a month to month, to get to their target of doubling sales this year. Which, is it possible? I still think it's possible. From this month going forward, things should change in terms of deliveries coming from NIO. And this, my friend, is something that obviously we look forward to, because we know that gross margins won't be compromised that much, because number one, NIO launched a new car called the ET9, which, you know, price wise does not come cheap, but we've been seeing that car being delivered on a daily basis to various users or owners, which is something that is great. And that car alone has got the potential of making the gross margins of NIO to be so good as we wait for the 2025 NIO models, right? Then once those ones come, even with these discounts, you will know that NIO is using their autonomous driving chip in-house built. NIO is using their own operating system, SkyOS, and therefore this can make them to adjust the price and be able to compete even to the mass market cars, which is something that is great. I mean, the special that is currently running right now onto the 85 Touring, 85 Midea, which you know very well that starting price with the battery of that car, it's around 298,000 RMB. Right now, with the incentives and subsidies that new energy vehicle car makers are getting from China, that car now you can get it by around 191,000 RMB. With subsidies, with incentives that NIO is offering, you can get it by 191,000 RMB. So it's over 100,000 RMB discount that you are getting. And the good thing, like I said, it's not all going to NIO, or it's not being absorbed by NIO, but it's also being absorbed by the government, because they are offering subsidies to those that want to buy these cars. So yeah, man, I am very happy. I am excited. I thought I'd give you this quick update. Tell me what you think about this. Blue sky is coming, long term will win. Those that are persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price will most definitely be rewarded with time. Share price wise, NIO might not be doing the most, but yesterday at least they finished up over 6%, which is something that was so incredible, interesting to see, especially after the rumors of someone spreading the rumors, false rumors, of saying that they could be delisted. It won't be that easy. So yeah, man, it was so good, and I thought I'd come and give you this quick update. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Blue sky is coming, long term will win. That's all from me, and God bless you all.